Yo, it's Drill Up TV. Today we're talking about FBG Cash, the police report of the scene of where he was killed on 81st, Southside Chicago. Big up, shout out to Trenches News for releasing it. I just checked it out on his channel. If you ask me, when you listen to the report, there's some shady shit going on in the report. The guy's too calm, he's too collective. There's no emergency of the report. The way he's distributing the report back to whoever, there's no urgency to the crime. There's no urgency to the crime. Now, this is a big indication that the police had something to do with this hit. Now, we all know that neighbors have said that the police have stood back and watched the whole thing take place. Now, if you really want to confirm that, go back to Trenches News's page, Anonymous's page, a couple pages, even Grab Mode UK has said something about the police being shady in this situation. It's just like the FBG Duck case, the same thing with FBG Duck. They stood around and waited for him to basically die. Now, from the reports, what I've heard, they've basically said that they've stood around and waited until the shooting finished. Now, when the gentleman is making this report back to whoever within his department of employment, he has really made it clear that there was no urgency to the report. With such crime happening, you would think there would be some form of urgency in his voice. Another thing what I clicked onto was the woman. The woman, when she said about the person who was dead, like she was asking who was like basically what happened and the scene and whatever. She obviously got to FBG Cash's details. She said what she said. Then when she got to the female's details, right? It was very scriptured. Now, she said something about what name are we going with. Now that's a bit strange. When you're reporting something, you're meant to go by the name of who the person is, not what name are we going with. The woman turned and said to the officer, "So what name are we going with?" And for me, that's a big red flag. That's a red flag in itself. So you can see there's some type of fixation between this thing. Like me personally, I strongly believe that the police are corrupted in Chicago. We all know that. I believe that they're being paid by big artists to cover certain indications of events that take place. And I strongly believe this is exactly the same situation, what they did with the FBG Ducks case. Do you know what I'm saying? So more than likely, like, there's a lot behind the situation. And the way he's reported that was just too calm for my liking, and the way the woman's basically said, "What name are we going with?" Go check out on Grimo TV's channel, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You feel what I'm trying to say to you? Keith Swizzy, you drilling tea and biscuits? Nah, bro, I'm drilling your mum. How about that one? Now let me break it down to you. Go check out on Trenches News' TV and listen to the report yourself, and you'll hear where I'm coming from. You'll understand where I'm coming from in the urgency of their input to the whole report. The woman's moving shady. She's saying, "What name are we going with?" And you know what? I've spoke to other bloggers that's tried to research this girl, and there's no trace of her. No one seems to know who this girl is. No one seems to know where she's from and what's going on. You feel me? So, with that being said, I'm gonna call it a wrap. If I get any updates on her, I'll be definitely sure to stream and let you guys know. One.